just put that. Why don't we put this one here since
When we found out we were zoned for a Montessori school in our neighborhood, we were very thrilled about it and went to take a tour and loved it.
When we come here in the morning, she was like, "Mom, can I go to class? I want to, get started on my work plan today." And I'm saying, "You sure you don't want to spend a few more minutes with Mommy?" She said, "No, I want to go get started on my work plan."
If there's something they're having a particularly difficult time with, they have more time to focus on that, or they can put it away and they can move to something else. And it just seems like a really positive learning environment.
The teachers were so very encouraging of the students that taught them to encourage each other as well. My now 8-year-old constantly would come home as a 5, 6-year-old and tell me what the other children were doing and how proud he was of the other children and what the accomplishments that they had made. And it's always been about community, and I just love that about Montessori. They teach each other, they're there for each other, they support each other in all of their adventures and their journeys, and they love to share with each other and do that.
The community in that classroom is amazing. You can't tell which students are at which level because everybody is accepted, and these beautiful young children just all love each other in such a family way. It's beautiful.
It's a nice, peaceful environment. It focused on self-discipline, which is so important. So it just resonated with me that this is for us.
Being able to feel and touch addition, feel and touch multiplication. Trying to conceptualize that in your head is very difficult. So if you can feel it and touch it and understand it.
His number sense has exploded, especially in the last 6 months or so. He has one-to-one correlation mastered at 3, which I think as an educator of 9 and 10-year-olds, some of my students struggled with in a traditional education.
She's learned so much more at 3, phonetically, the way she speaks and, the way she articulates words and concepts and geography. They talk about Asia and they talk about Ecuador, and, my mom is blown away by this little 3-year-old that wants to go to Thailand. Culturally, I think it's a nice introduction to the world.
I think being here has really fostered a sense of independence in him. It's natural for children that age to, I want to do it myself, but he's taken it to a whole new level, helping at home with cleanup and food prep.
I like that because it does transfer into the home setting where he's now doing a lot more, where, just dressing himself and, wanting to kind of explore and venture out and do more things.
The fact that the kids learn at their own pace and how everything was set up, and then how the kids just knew to flow to their own different stations, and they're so independent. That was the best thing I loved about it. There was nothing rushed. They just learned at their own pace.
It felt natural. It felt like, well, this is how kids learn.
I don't have to make her pick up behind herself as far as cleaning up. She wants to do it. She wants to sweep. She wants to wash dishes. It's great.
the thing that I think that I notice most, that I like the most about the entire learning environment is its focus on independence, that the kids are able to actually choose their tasks. They receive guidance, but it's up to them to really control their learning, and they're allowed to kind of, do self-learning, to guide themselves.
So you have the 6-year-olds helping the 3-year-olds with their lessons or helping them put their things away. And so it's, for me, at that age, it's teaching community and environment and support. We need to work as a team. We need to work together. It's not about the individual, it's about the community. So at that small age, it's a very nice aspect from a standpoint that we all work together to get to the same goal. So we can all get there together. You move into that 1st through 3rd grade, which is where my 8-year-old is right now. And it's allowing these children, what it has done, at least as my son is a 1st grader, to work with the 3rd graders, is it gets him a desire to want to be that 3rd grader, him to learn more. And the 3rd graders are so impressed with themselves and what they know, they're willing to teach the younger kids because it's a motivational thing for them. Oh, I know this. I could teach you this. I could help you with this. And so it's allowing the 1st grader to learn something maybe they don't know. It's giving the 3rd grader the confidence to teach it, to practice it again and again, and to learn again, and just get a stronger foundation. And I think that's what Montessori does, is it gives that strong foundation. The desire to learn at the younger age, the foundation to reinforce it at the older ages. And again, it happens in the 4th through 6th grade, the 7th and the 8th grade. It just is, it's very empowering to watch. And then the 4th and the 6th graders, you even have them going back to the 2nd graders, and they do, or the 1st graders, and they read to them. And
the founders of Google credit their Montessori education with their success. They have college professor parents, but they say that it's Montessori that taught them the creative thinking skills and the self-discipline that they feel were critical to their success.
as a 3-year-old, when she started school, she didn't want to start school because she wanted to be home with Mom. I was a stay-at-home mom. But the teacher found that Brianna loved flowers and loved gardening, and so started a garden with her at 3 years old. And then she wanted to go to school. So the fact that there was something that she could teach her, and it taught measurement, and it taught care of the environment, and it taught various languages because she knew all of the flowers and she knew exactly all the parts of the flower at 4. So they found the niche that got her to learn, and it found the niche to get her love of school and to get her into it.
test scores and school success is not determined by race. It's determined by economics. And certainly bringing in more affluent families is going to help that. But it also helps the kids that are there. Montessori wasn't developed as a program for upper middle class white families. You know, it was developed in the ghettos of Rome for kids that were told were unteachable. Now, we don't have any unteachable kids at Hersey, but we're a Title I school. We have, Title I kids, and Montessori works there. We're having great results with all of the kids. Kids that have the outside benefits, and then the kids that don't. We have kids that come to school hungry, that their only meals may be at school, but they are benefiting from Montessori education.